All right. Hi, you guys. I am super, super, super late. What a shocker. But you guys have to make sure to get alerted, right? Welcome in. Welcome into WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Hi, you guys. Let's see who's actually in here. Hi, Bernie. Um, Muffin Top, thank you. Thank you for waiting for all this time to get on with me, my amazing mod. I'm getting all of your emails, so thank you. I'm Bernie and Muffin Top. Welcome on in. And yeah, I have a incredible presentation. Um, I kept switching it, so that's why I'm like kind of late and a little discombobulated from I just had to like stop the information and shit. I hope I make sense today because there's a ton a ton of information that is surfacing for me um as far as these cases. And what I've done here is I have begun to pull our elements even closer together. And I'm focusing on the tunnels. I'm focusing on the water. I'm focusing in on the areas that are actually making me feel sick. And there are certain photos like this that hold a hell of a lot of information. And what I mean by that is when you go into smaller little areas of a photo that I call a photo that has just layers of the Summer Moon Wells case. When I go in here and copy and paste my elements like this, it gives justice to the children. And I know that many people probably are looking and like, I just don't understand what she's showing. Um, that's okay. You know, Summer Moon Wells has shown me a variety of information since I begun with Summer Moon. And I knew the information that I needed to keep in order to help pull this little girl's story together. And having Diddy's story become front and center really, really, you guys, has allowed Spirit to show more information more intensely. For those who don't know Summer Moon, Little Summer Moon is a spirit that has taken over my whole entire body's soul's purpose, with no understanding why. And this little girl has consistently shown me information that continues to match over and over and over all of these stories and missing children's information. And then it matches the people that are doing this within their videos. It matches their story. Summer Moon Wells, 3.5 years ago, I have stopped to take notice of elements that I don't know why. I mean, there's gazillions of different images inside a picture. And this picture's element is this one. And this element is something that I picked out and showed you guys whew, over 3 years ago. And it tells me a story. Hi, I know that's I know that's not how you say your name. I'm gonna call you True Crime Research. Hi, True Crime Research. Atrocious. Um, anyways, this here comes from underneath the Wells car. This here, when you turn it, is in place of the Don Wells's tire for his car, right here. And why is this important? Because the part of the story that I know is that somehow underneath these cars, there are ways to the tunnels. They're being hidden underneath the cars to get to these tunnels. Those are the messages that I get when I look at a photo like this. I get that these children go down here to be sacrificed. And I gather that this here is the exact same tunnel that I am showing you from the Diddy information. This information here is just like this information here that I get from Ernie Shell and his little group. You guys, they're showing the same information. This is from Ernie Shell's video that says he's going to capture a pedophile. Really? Whoever the fuck is in here is a pedophile. Is a pedophile. These here come from matching Kylie Rodney's videos. Really? You guys, these are all the same. So I start out my presentation showing you that when I show something, it's the story that I am reading above the photo. How the hell these photos are showing to me? Maybe everyone is seeing someone else. Everyone's reality is different. The people that are looking in this are going to see what they're supposed to see within this moment of time. Hi, Liz. Hi, Nothing But Love. Hi, Crystal. In the moment of time. So when I put this out there the other day and I said that it's not there anymore, Arden Papillon, these kids will never be found. Taken from Montana, taken from her home. Sex trafficked, taken. And then all of a sudden her mom tells me the story live in a video and then she's found dead? Really? This was the cover of her friend's Facebook page. What you see here is no different than what I just showed you a moment ago. You go down to the corner And you get the element with the cross. That's no coincidence. You guys, these are elements of these sacrifices. These are elements of what they call for the resurrection. These are elements of murders of the children. These are elements. This is a sacrifice. I believe that this is exactly what it looks like underground, in a room in the tunnels. Here you see information from two separate videos that I follow. I follow these groups and they show the same tunnels. Tunnels, tunnels, tunnels. The information that each one of these individually show is information about the tunnels that are the same places. They're the same tunnel. They're the same locations. The people that are showing information from these locations, I see sacrifice. I see the same images. I see that if somebody doesn't come forward to discuss this, then it is so, so, so large. If nobody busts this open soon and starts talking about this on a level like the law enforcement, then they must be hiding it. Yes, they are very like a lost demolition Disney park. Yes, correct. Correct. Tell it to Ellie, because they make it look like an amusement park. Like you're in the fucking amusement park in Disneyland. And it's no Disneyland amusement park. Now, these are just images that speak to me. They're images that speak loud and clear. When I see images like this, I see children that have been taken and are getting ready to be sacrificed. And when I see chairs like this, I think of Michael Vaughn. I think of Summer. I think of them together. I don't, until someone comes forth and says, yes, I've seen children sitting in locations and in settings like this. This is all just a bunch of crock of shit that I could be saying. It's just, you know, allegedly. It's just an opinion. But when I look at this, I see amongst us in these chairs children that are traveling in groups like this. I see children with masks on their faces. I see children that are there for the sole purpose for sacrifice. I don't see a child sitting at a fireplace fucking roasting marshmallows. I see the same elements on their head as I do Summer Moon Wells. Across the face. The face is covered. These kids are being taken. They're being taken underground into the woods. Gone. Gone. The water, the water takes them. The video that I'm getting my information from, the humans turn into what you're looking at to the left. They turn into these elements. Summer Moon Wells, wait, let me brighten this up. This here to the left, let me turn it. This, what you see here, has been taken from a channel that I've been following as far as tunnels. Right here. Okay? This here, whoops, matches these, to me, it does, found in, let me put this up right, let me pull this up, matches here the Summer Moon, this comes from Summer Moon Wells videos. This comes from the family that I follow. But when I look at it, I know that it's telling me that this is happening underground. So it's the story that I tell that's important. It's telling you that there are people being taken into these tunnels, into the water. And they're sacrificed. These are the same story pieces. They're telling the same sacrifice, you guys. I want to know, I want someone to come up here and tell me, yes, this is what the kids are, this is Summer Moon. This comes from Summer Moon's video. I want to hear from them, yes, this is what they're connected to because I've seen it. Yes, their head looks like it's in a number 5. May not be a 5, but it could be the metal that looks like a 5. So what does that do? That allows me to pay attention. Pay attention. That whatever this Summer Moon's photo is, and that comes from her. That comes from one of Summer's videos. Is the same thing that's going on here within these videos. And I'm not going to just any old video. I'm getting them in the same places as I always have. I'm getting them from the families that I follow. I'm getting them from the YouTube creators that I follow. I don't need to get any new stuff. Yes, I'm going to show Ethan stuff. Ethan is in here. Ethan was a sacrifice. Ethan went to the water. Andrew Hilt shows information greatly. They put these kids through a process. Through a process. And then they show the information ever so slightly in little tidbits that I see because I could see the story beneath the photo. Every victim that I've talked about has touched upon the water. The victims that I talk about have gone through this horrific situation. The person to the left has gone through something already. Her hand looks the same way, her body looks the same way as the victims look. Summer Moon Wells information that I got from Benny were just details. They were bits of elements that appear within the sacrifices. What does that mean? It means that elements that I've been watching and they literally pop up within seconds are like that. They're the same. Now, I don't know if you see it or not, but what this is telling me is that this little teeny looking thing that is in the water, that gets left in the water, just like I showed you, just like this thing gets left in the water. This is like, where is my, let me see if I have it in here. No, that's the B one. I'm looking for the photo that I have. Yeah, I said that this is Kylie Rodney and her boyfriends. And then this is what winds up in the water. And this comes from Kylie standing on her, by the water with her boyfriend. But this is the ultimate piece. This is that there. Let me turn it so I could put it on top here. Right? I'm turning it so it sort of matches for you guys. Okay, here. So this here will go on top like this. It's these. These go in the water. Whatever these are, wind up in the water. See? Now, when I say in the water, you can't really believe where anybody was found. We never seen anything. We've never seen we've seen nothing. So I'm giving you guys my philosophy. I'm giving you what I see to be real and true within my third eye, within my ability to see what I believe to be true. Now, not everybody is going to see what we see here, right? So here, if we brighten this up, this is what it looks like brightened. These are elements that I show. These are elements that appear in all of Summer Moon Wells' cases information. These are called elements that appear in Kylie Rodney's. And this is, to me, the trophy that winds up in the water. This. This, see the E on the top? This is that. I just brightened it up. That is this. I brightened it. And what you see to the left, to the right, I forgot which, if it comes from Benny's. Oh no, this comes from, oh, this comes from Molly Golightly in the Idaho 4. What you see to the left. Let me brighten it up. They're consistently showing the 5 in the box, the E in the box, the 5 in the box. But it's always the same with that little thing on the bottom. It's like whatever that is. They show it throughout the Idaho 4 inside their apartment. It's always underneath the TV. It's always underneath Molly Golightly's TV. But this is telling you that they have the trophies. Whoever's doing this, they have the trophies. This is what it looks like. They're going in the water. They're going in these tunnels. This is what Diddy's tunnels look like, allegedly. Be careful what you believe and hear as far as the news, because just be careful what you hear and see. So when I saw this, his tunnel here reminded me of the hole right there that I said that thing opens. It's the top of it is a maroon 5 and it's a box and you go in it. And that right there, to me, is the best photo of what I see in my third eye. And to the left comes from Diddy's information. So the best thing that I could ask for is for someone to come forward and speak on this. Like, tell me, do you see this number 5 as often as I do? Do you see this? Look at her fingers. Look at her head. Look at her arms. This stuff doesn't change. It doesn't change. These bodies that hang like this, I believe this is what happened to the Idaho 4. This is why Maddie from the Idaho 4 had those photos that she showed. She, to me, was showing her last photos in Facebook. To me, she was showing the tunnel. That's what I saw. That is how I saw it. Is that she was showing the tunnel. These are the photos. Look really closely to the bodies. Look closely to the elements. Look closely to what I am showing you. Each and every victim consistently shows the same information if you choose to look. This is the victim. That's the number 5. Hanging from those mesh things. Thank you guys for those kind words. Thank you. My goal here is to make a difference and to really bring justice and have this all come together. I feel like it's right there. I feel like the information could be matched up with somebody who has seen it. Look at this. This is a sacrifice. It gets brighter and brighter. Sacrifices, sacrifices, even in a photo, change before you. Now, I shouldn't say it that way. It changes before me. It changes. The light becomes brighter. Now, do I know if that's happening to everyone? I have no fucking idea if the light's becoming brighter for you guys. I see it brighter as I speak over it. I don't know what anyone sees. I just could tell you that when that happens, it proves to me that this is to be true. That this here is giving you the story of the sacrifices, and to talk over and to speak over the photos because it gives the victims justice. It's telling us to not stop looking. It's telling us to keep looking. Oh, it is just as bright as that one. They're the same. Interesting. See how it's showing other victims hanging where this victim is, she or he? They're hanging in there. In there. Robert Vaughn's videos gives the blueprint to this. The Robert Vaughn's videos I see as the blueprint to the machinery to this. This here comes from the Beckman family, or the Buckman or Beckman family that I follow. Now, I brought these in because this is what I just saw in another family's videos, and they're identical except for the victims. Except for the victims. So these are victims inside tunnels. This is the best to my ability I could show you what these victims look like. They're all ages. And they come in here. I see them coming out through the rocks. I don't see them coming through just the regular entrance. I see that they come through a different tunnel entrance. So when I look at this, I don't see them coming through that entrance. I see that the entrances are different than the main entrance. But it tells me where to look. Like if I were to go into one of these tunnels, I am being shown where to look. You know, it would be not where it appears to be. It would be up here. Like this would be a victim in the walls of the tunnels. I see victims in here. Just like how we saw Summer Moon at her water hole. Like this here reminds me of Summer Moon at the water hole. Like when she was swimming at the water hole. Let me see here. That's where I see so clearly. Let's see if I could get a photo of her there. She was with Grandis or Candace, and she was climbing the rocks. That hole there has always stuck out to me. Like, it's not as much as what she's climbing as much as it was showing us the hole in the back. Let's see. Summer pics. You guys, I have so many pictures of summer. Man, oh man. Is this? Okay, wait. Summer. So many. I'm trying to find it real fast, especially for those that don't know all the pictures from summer. I mean, geez, you know how many pictures we have? I mean, could you imagine 3.5 years worth of photos? Final. Oh, let's see, important. I always give myself a moment to find it. And then I stop. Oh, you guys are going to have to just think what it looks like. Yeah, because there's way too many. Let's see, going one more time through, one more folder. Helicopter. My God, the helicopter is so important. Okay. All right, I'm not going to look anymore. All right, well, this is what it looks like. And this here would be, to me, where they put these victims. In here. In here. Now watch. This is from a different video. This is this flying around as this is. So why the fuck would these be all the same weird things in the same video? These are cookie cutters. And they're both in tunnels. Those are the elements that I showed in the beginning. Those are the elements that say, hey, I am a victim here. And yes, you are correct. I'm here in the tunnel. So when I show stuff like this, I could show a blank piece of paper and be like, hey, the victims are telling me they're in the tunnel. Like, I could hear shit without a picture, but for me, it's better to show you with a picture. See, these number 5s are like what I just showed you in the beginning here. These are all the same. Hi, I here am a victim. And that's what it's telling me, you guys. This thing, this doesn't change. Here it is again. That and this, those are the same. These are the same and they come from different videos. And that is an element. Period. There are victims right inside the walls. And my question is, they are in the news right now. Oh, tunnels, tunnels, tunnels. Well, why aren't you talking about the victims? Why hasn't anyone gone in there to find DNA? They're in here. Go find them. No one's talking about this part of the story. You guys think about it, it's so surface. They're speaking about people that are doing this, right? They're speaking about um, places that they're doing this. As every day goes by, nobody is looking for the victim that was actually inside the places they're talking about. I don't hear anyone saying we're going in to go find them. They destroyed the Idaho 4 house because they had to. Oh, that Idaho 4 house had ways to get here. That Idaho 4 house had to go down. It had to. Victims. They show a picture like this, and this picture is the only picture I'm keeping to talk about him because I seriously think that there's so many photos of these tunnels, but again, they're not being talked about. All they're talking about are the celebrities. They're not being precise and they're not pointing out the fact that within the pictures are the tunnels in which the victims were murdered. Where's that story? Where is that information? Where is it? Where is it that this information they could talk about that matches? There are victims that have fallen to their deaths within the tunnels that they're talking about. Why not talk about it? The information matches. I would love to hear from a voice that is there only for the victims and to bring justice to them. And the way that we do it here is by telling the victims' stories. The victims' stories, not the predator story. Not the predator story. The victim that actually walked into these walls. The victims that stood there knowing that they're going to their death. I know what I see. I know what I hear. I know what I've watched for the last 3.5 years. I have watched hundreds of thousands of images that have matched each and every time. I am done seeing the images because they have already spoken. They've spoken. The images are all the same. So when I show something like this, I know that this matches the Summer Moon Wells information. I know that this matches all of the victims that I've talked about. So the more I show it, the more, what should I say, the more these victims feel justice. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Runs with Scissors. Crystal, Charlie, Chap, Cammy. I'm trying to keep up. Hi, you guys. Thanks for coming on in. I want you to pay attention to how sometimes I talk about the deep fake and how information changes and shifts with the deep fake. Just like this. See how this is supposed to be, to me, a tunnel. Well, this tunnel is the same tunnel that is being shown in many videos that I follow. If you now look to the right, there is something going on with deepfake information because we already have pictures of this exact tunnel in this exact moment. And what we know is that that thing that's showing to the right doesn't exist in the other videos. So my question is like, what is it doing there? Why are they trying to show it as a house? So they're sticking that inside of this. You see what I'm saying? So they're sticking it in there as far as it looks like a deep fake. This is a victim. This victim has the same thing on his head as Summer Moon Wells had on her head. Look closely, you guys. Look very closely. The children that are touched by the water, the children that are taken. Now, for all I know, it's a hard, I don't know, mask. It makes me want to throw up. But you look at this and you tell me you don't see the mask placed on this child's face. What you see there is absolutely the exact same thing as I showed you in Summer Moons. That exact same thing is what I showed you in the beginning of the child that has that exact same thing on their face. These children are being tortured, they're being taken, and this is what's happening. If you look and choose to look, you will see the truth. You are not going to see it until you fucking see it. You will never see it unless you choose to see it. Look at that child. They're being brought out to that box. And that is after They go through horrific fucking torture. Victims. Now, why is it that those things look that way attached to these victims? I don't know. But that's what they are. And that's what they've always looked like. See these victims? These are two different girls. And they are being taken all the way, all the way to their deaths. I am not really quite sure what has to be shown for the law enforcement to do something for the victims. What? What is it? What has to be shown? Because I've shown it all. I've shown disgusting shit. I've shown kids in pieces. I've shown the deaths of kids. I've shown dead kids. Nothing. This does nothing. This is where it says they are. Now, I have taken information from here because all I see is this is what it would look like if you were going to be sacrificed through a tribal group. That this is what it looks like. So when I take this little photo apart, I know what I see. I see information that helps me understand the truth. So I see a man standing here waiting to sacrifice a little child. Why? Because of that. Because of this. Right there is one of the largest elements in the last 3.5 years. I find them really quickly. This here to show you is not only the little house, but it's the twigs, just like the Delphi and just like in Summer Moon Wells. So there's the little house, and right next to the house, let me show you, are the branches that tell me sacrifice. Tell me sacrifice. Right here. And here's the little house. This might as well be Summer Moon Wells' house. This might as well be freaking Don's house. Seriously. So if you choose to look, you're going to see it. The picture to the right I've shown for 3 years. 3 years. Picture to the left is new. They're not normal photos to find in these people's videos, you guys. This is not fucking normal to have in the videos that I am showing you. What is it going to take? Really? Now this might look a little kooky, but these are the same images to me, and I'm going to just tell you the story over it is that these openings and the adults that are in there and the kids that wind up under the tunnels don't come out. They don't come out again. They don't go anywhere once they're down here. They turn into a trophy. They turn into a trophy. Why isn't anyone talking about the trophies that other people see? Do you understand that if they're uncovering all the people that supposedly have seen it, why aren't they talking about this? This is a human that winds up looking like what you see to the left. I want to know who has seen this. Because whoever has seen this has seen this. I don't know what that is. Looks like a pig. But these are all the same. These are all the same. The human that is down in the right-hand corner is the victim that is going through all of what you see here. That is not someone taking a swim in a tunnel. This here is the victim. You see? See? And this is the tunnel. This is what should be talked about. This is what should be talked about. Do they have DNA of these victims? This is from Summer Moon Wells. This is from Summer Moon Wells. This is from her waterhole, and I show it all the time. This isn't a waterhole. This is a tunnel. What you see here is no different than what I'm showing you as far as this guy. How they're showing Summer is the same as this. Summer Moon Wells should not look like that from her waterhole video. Does anyone hear me when I say that? Does that look like Summer Moon Wells? But it comes from her video. And so does this. To the left is Enan. Enan from Idaho 4. I will not forget him because his information is ritual and his information is to me what I see in the tunnels. That is a picture from on the right of Summer on her swing. That is not someone swinging on a swing, but the law enforcement doesn't give a fuck that it isn't. That's not a normal photo to come out of Summer Moon Wells swinging on a swing. Really? And to the left is the night before the Idaho 4 murders. That's a ceremony. That is a ceremony. That is a fucking ceremony. No one gave a shit that there was a fire ceremony the night before they were murdered. You guys, where's that conversation? It's gone. Gone. Welcome to the Got Gone, Get Gone children. What that person has in her arm is the same thing that I showed you in the beginning from Summer Moon. Whatever this is, let me brighten it up, are the trophies that nobody wants to fucking talk about. These can be found in every Got Gone, Get Gone case that I have covered. Period. What this person is holding is the same thing that is found in Kylie Rodney, Summer Moon Wells, Michael Vaughn. They all have this. You fucking kidding me that no one's going to talk about this? That no one is going to be like, oh yeah, we saw those. Yeah, oh yeah. Didn't ever think that it was, trophies. They're in every fucking video. They are all over the Summer Moon Wells case. This is what they should be looking for. That's the victim. The hands, the mouth, and you will always find the stick. You will always find that stick. The one in the middle comes from Don B's car. I'll never, ever, ever get rid of that video of Don B in the car that he calls looking at the car that was Kylie Rodney's car, showing, and this is what he shows. The exact same thing that was in Kylie Rodney's car. They're in these videos. These are major elements. This is what should be talked about, you guys. This. And there's Ethan. There's your Ethan. What is so fucking complicated? Why aren't they talking about this photo? This photo was in his phone. He was laying on the couch with his girlfriend and he has his phone And if you look in the phone, this is what's in the phone. Sacrifice. I always think about it every time I see the fucking Beeston Bunch and the Kent. Anytime I see them on the water like this, wanna know who I think of? Ethan. Ethan. I didn't make that. I didn't draw that drawing. It's Ethan. That's Ethan. That's him in his phone on the water, holding that thing, completely sacrificed. Nobody wants to talk about it. Ethan looks like this. Looks just like this sacrifice. Coming out of something that doesn't look like the tunnels. It's equipment. So there's deep fake going on here, you guys. If you get these pictures just in the right, like right in the right frame, you're going to get the equipment that always looks the same. Let me brighten this up. It always looks like a number 5 box or whatever it is. It's white, white, white equipment. But all of a sudden, that's in the tunnel. So I don't know what the truth is. I just know it's all the same. What I know is that this is all the same story. I don't give a fuck what the deep fake is. All I know is it's there and something doesn't belong. But what is the truth is that these people are going through the same sacrifices. So if they're thinking that they're throwing us off by putting either A, a tunnel that all looks the same, or B, the white equipment, it doesn't matter. We don't care. We care about giving them justice. Lori Vallow. That's their child. Do you understand that these pictures are in the documentary? This photo comes from Lori Vallow's untold story. Nobody cares. How weird is that, you guys? When did that all happen? When did it happen that we could show dead people and people without skins on their face and no one give a flying fuck? When did that happen? I don't get it. When did it happen that we could show this stuff and no one cares? I don't. I don't get it. I finally found the photo that I was looking for. The photo to the right, you guys, was one of these photos. I think they're gone. It was like I copied and pasted, and I wish I didn't over the original. Like I did that big copy and paste. Um, but this is from Candace to the right. And I kept this picture because I'm like, she's showing like some sort of an important imprint. And this here to me is like a barcode of information. And those things show in the children's story. They show just like you see to the left. It's the same barcode. It's the same barcode. So these children get barcodes just like this. And these red doors, and they're underground. Underground. Ryan Upchurch, underground, through the doorways. When they show Summer Moon Wells with that doorway with that red trim, I believe that those are pictures of her already gone. Already in a dungeon. Already gone. Because I see Summer in a place like to the left and not in her house when they show her in her house. Spiritually speaking, I see her in a place like what Ryan Upchurch was showing to the left and not really in her house. I see Summer was already way gone. And there are more than two Summers. There's a few of them, you guys. This wasn't their first rodeo. This was not the Wells' first rodeo. And it wasn't their first summer. There are other summers. And what they keep doing is they keep showing their information. They keep showing me information that proves me to be correct. I see it. I see the fingers of importance. I see the trophies. I see the children in all of these YouTube creators' stories. I see the children. I don't see Don B. I see the victims. I see an older Summer, not the Summer that we know. There's more than one Summer. There's more than two Summers. There's more than 3, 4, 5, 6, more than 6 fucking Summers. When is it time to talk about the victims? When is it going to be the victims' moments to talk about where are they? Who has been murdered? How many have been murdered? How many have been murdered by the celebrities that you all are fucking talking about? How many have gone through those tunnels? We want those stories. We don't want to hear the bullshit fucking shit that is filling the airways that means nothing. Bring the victims justice. Bring the stories out that we want to hear. We want to know, did Summer Moon Wells wind up in the hole over there? Did all of the Summer Moon Wells, all of these children, get touched by what you just uncovered? Is it all the same? Does it all lead to one big tunnel? Are there different tunnels? Give us information that will bring justice to the victims. And stop talking about the goddamn celebrities. Fuck them, is what I say. Fuck them. Meaning, who the fuck cares about you? Because we don't. When I can't like say it any louder. We don't care about you. Bring justice to the victims by giving the victims stories. Tell the stories of the victims that have died in the hands of these monsters. Give us a list that you have of victims that you know have gone through these tunnels of death. What are you all waiting for? Where are the stories? Where are the stories? Why are you hiding it? Oh, there's been busloads of children. Where are the children? Have they died in there? Who has died? I mean, why isn't anyone talking about it? And nobody is even frustrated. Think about it, you guys. Oh, wow, so and so might have been. Who the fuck cares? Where are the children? Are they just, did they poof go away? You all brought them down there. Well, where are they? They're not just gone, you guys. No child just disappears. You don't just disappear into thin air. They went somewhere to disappear. And if you found the vehicle that brought these busloads of kids, start talking about the children, damn it. Get your heads out of your asses and speak for the victims. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. Think about it. Doesn't make sense. You guys, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that we could show 100 times Ethan, who obviously was touched by water, that no one is even looking at this. Is even looking at this. Think about it. I don't get it. I really don't. Every one of these pictures and all these photos that I showed the other day, you guys, it all lines up. These are all the same elements. What is behind these victims are all the same elements. Why is it that you all can't look at this element and understand that it's the same? Give the children justice by busting open their truth. The law enforcement, you guys are the ones looking so ridiculous that this isn't even being talked about. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. You guys, on that note, I'm going to call it a night. I am going to call it a night. What is this? Oh, that's a good one for next time. And we're going to keep doing what we're doing here. Keep doing what we're doing and not stop. So if anybody thinks that we're going to stop, we're not going to stop. We're here for the long haul. We're here for the children. We're here to keep telling you guys that if you keep talking about the fucking celebrities, we're going to keep telling you how stupid you sound. Doesn't make sense. That's it. That's all I got, you guys. All right. You all, thank you for coming here and giving me the opportunity to speak my mind and that you all are listening. I really hope it makes a difference. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Muffin Top, and all of those who I didn't. I think I mentioned everybody. Charlie Chap, I didn't mention. Elite 2, I did. Run with Scissors, I mentioned you guys. Subscribe. Please subscribe if you have not. I really would like to, if anything, subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Doesn't cost anything, and it would be amazing for me to get some numbers up, to get our voice out there louder. Thank you guys. Amazing, amazing input. Have a wonderful Monday night. I love you all. God bless you all. May the children find some justice in what we have done here tonight. And we will talk soon. Bye, folks.